Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Test. Give me a second, and then I'm going to go ahead and start building the A1. Gotta mess with my camera and stuff like that too. Hopefully that is good enough. Also have my X1 running in the background, so if that's a bit much to deal with, just let me know and I can maybe set that to silent, but if it's not too much of an issue, just let me know. Let me know in the chat if there's still a weird echo. I'm going to silence my X1 because I can't hear it in the stream. So I'm just going to turn it to silent. Hopefully there's not an echo still. Alright, that should be a little bit better. Yeah, so I got a grant. So I picked up 4 A1s with AMSs. So I have the X1, I have an A1 Mini, and now I got 4 A1s, so 6. Just getting everything set up here. Can't remember how I got that to stay. Don't want it to fall. Like that? I don't know. It's going to be good right there. Sorry if you hear me breathing in the mic. I am taking this out of the box right now. Yeah, 6. It's nice. I've just been I got most of them. I got 3 of them set up, but I was going to do an unboxing video with this one. So I've just been trading off upgrades and attachments to go on them. But I'm excited to get everything going. Yeah, you like the Venom, Spidey? Alright. So here's the build plate it comes with, textured build plate. Okay, so let me get this spotty hammer out of the way. Kind of just put that loop right there to make a stand out of it. Alright, so the first part that I'm just going to set off to the side is it comes with this big foam insert and it has all the attachments. So this is the AMS system. I got a free gift to make a clock. Maybe I'll make a functioning Cogsworth, we'll see. And then the tools, which I'll need. So I'm going to set this just off to the side for now. Same thing with this. This is the actual AMS system. I don't need it right now, so I'm just going to set it off to the side. Like that. Thinking about getting the P1P or the P1S for Christmas. Yeah, dude, if you can swing it, do it. They're great printers. And they're up and functioning very quickly. That's the one thing I like about Bambu. And I've had my X1C for over a year now. And it's just minimal maintenance. I don't have a lot of issues. And honestly, it's just kind of brought back my enjoyment of 3D printing stuff and creating things. So I am a diehard Bambu fan now. Alright, now we're getting into the real parts. Here is one of the axes. I said that weird. Axes. One thing about Bambu, very well packed and taken care of. And here's another. Let me get this out of the way. That's one thing about the workbench. Need more space. Get some of these prints off. And another axis. So we have all three of them. Yeah, it's a good size. It is the same build plate or build size as an X1C. Just doesn't have the enclosure. So X1C, P1P, P1S, A1 all have the same size. Just the P1P is a bare bones, no enclosure. A1's even more bare bones, and then P1P, a little worse camera, can't get quite as hot, and then X1C is like the flagship, can do anything printer. Alright, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to get this packing material out of my room so I can move around. Alright, so we have our PTF tubes over here. Yeah, I might need to move and I need to organize. You can't see it, but over this way, there's just a mess of tools and paint that I need to clean up and organize, but I've been putting that off. Okay, we're going to kind of get all the non-essential stuff out of the way right now. And we really just want to focus on these two things. And I do need some scissors. Actually, I'll just use my clippers. So, super easy setup with these. I could probably do it without looking at the instructions, but for this sake, I just want to show you kind of how easy it is and what the instructions actually say for you to do this. Okay. So the first thing is you're going to flip it. Well, it says install the bed, but I don't do that until very last. You're going to flip it over to the side and you're going to remove these 4 screws, and that's going to unlock the bed from its lock position and travel. Also, I will say Bambu Labs gives some great tools. I know they're just basic Allen wrenches, but the fact that they have this little handle on them, amazing. Okay, and you have all sorts of replacements, some screws that you need, and they also give you screws for attachments so you can make a top mount AMS system on top. So, pretty stoked about that. An A1 with 2 extruders. Yeah, that would be kind of like a Prusa Max. Those are pretty cool machines. Okay, so these are the 4 screws right here. And like I said, they just lock the bed in place. And let's go ahead and remove those. These ones are tighter than the other ones that I've been setting up. But if you didn't know, there is a sale going on for Bambu Labs printers. An AMS A1 is going for about $450 right now, so it's about $100 off. If you don't get the AMS, which you don't have to, I think it's like another $150 off or another $100 off. So you can get them for very cheap, relatively speaking. I mean, don't get me wrong, $450 is a lot of money, but for what you're getting in this 3D printer, it is a great bargain and a great deal. So they got some glue right there. Alright, so I'm going to get these out of the way. Save those for later because you can always use spare screws. Okay, I'm going to get this out of the way too, so we don't need this one yet. So now it moves side to side freely, or not, back and forth freely is what I meant. Okay, next up, it's probably going to have us pop off. Actually, it has us set the gantry down. I am going to take this off first, and then I'll put the other axis on. So to take that off, you just pop it off the back. Okay. $220 with shipping. Yeah, no, I got my A1 for $200. I think it was free shipping when I got it. So yeah, you just can't beat it. I mean, if you're going through with an Ender 3 versus an A1 Mini, it's A1 Mini every single time. So watch this. This is how you put them together. Okay. So besides a couple screws, that is it. You just slide it in and it goes into place. Okay, so you're going to want to slide this all the way forward, which I already have done. And then we have some screws that we need to kind of put into place right here. I don't know if you guys can see those. I can't really raise my camera up. There's green circles here, and you're going to install the screws there, and that is going to connect the two parts together. And it kind of just tells you on the packaging too. It says 4 base housing. So pretty simple. I actually like the labeling system. Bambu does a fantastic job with directions and labeling things and packing. Okay. So we got a couple back here, and then we're gonna have to move it forward and get the ones up front. So I'm making my printers different colors. What color should I make this one? So far, I have green. We have my green printer. What color should this one be? And when I say like different colors, my attachments that I'm putting on it, I'm making different colors. Blue? Well, we could do blue. not much of a view with my arms. It's kind of a small space. So right now I'm just tightening down the 4 screws on the base, and it's attaching this part to the base. Okay, so we got this part next, this one. You want to make sure you get all the screws, hand tighten them, but don't over tighten. Just make enough to lock it into place. On one of my A1s today, I actually printed a 9-minute benchy, and it actually came out with pretty good quality as well. I don't really do benchies anymore on my 3D printers with the Bambus, because I like a benchy's for benchmarks, and my Bambu, like they all produce and they all work, so I don't really have to test anything out like overhangs or anything like that. So I've kind of stopped doing benchies. But I just wanted to see how fast I could make one today, and I actually made one in 9 minutes, just with kind of default settings. So I wonder how fast I could get it going with some tweak settings. Alright, so those ones are done. When you get the back done, you're going to slide it forward, and then you have 4 right here. Here, so here, and here on both sides. And you kind of have some, you could take this off if you want. I just kind of left it. On my other ones, didn't really matter. And I actually think I want to slide that forward, and then I'll do it. I'll slide the bed back to where it was beforehand, and put those other 2 in, because from this angle I don't think I could do that. So what are you guys printing lately? Anything? Anything cool? Any Halloween prints? So now I just slid the bed forward. I'm getting those last 2 screws in. We are pretty much done with the 3D printer part. We'll cut these off, and then we'll add some more things, but for the most part this is completed. Printed a dinosaur bone in 3 sections. That's cool. What kind of dinosaur was it? Not that I'm like a connoisseur of dinosaurs, but I know the basic ones. Also, you guys want to see something cool? Check out this filament. It's a tricolor, like neon filament. That was pretty cool. Alright, so this part's done. It's connected. We can slide it back, the base part back on. Had to do it for class. That's a good reason to do stuff, I guess. Turn this forward a little bit. So it's on. Okay, pretty sure I can start cutting this stuff off. If I want to, I could put the bed on, but I'm not going to put the bed on yet, because I don't want to get it greasy with my hands. I am always pretty careful when I am cutting near any wires. I suggest you be equally as careful. I know it's like hard to cut that wire, but I'm like super paranoid about that one day that I'm just going to cut that wire off. And then your machine is ruined. What kind of glue do you use? Have you ever used 3D printing glue? Instead of gluing pieces together, it actually bonds them together, and it's kind of like a weld, and so it makes one piece, and it's super strong. Last little bit right here, and then we should be good to go with the printer. Okay, there you go. There's the printer. If I wanted to, I could start this up right now, and I could print. They go through its calibration, whatever it's going to do, and I could print whatever I wanted to. So that's, I mean, I was in a confined space. If I had more space to operate and work, you could get this printer up and going. Probably if you knew what you were doing, if you set a few up, you could get this going in like 10 minutes. Well, actually, I just lied. Sorry. I need to do one more thing, and that's connect the parts. So you're just gonna carefully tilt this up. Let the bed go down. And I have it kind of resting on something right now. I'm gonna turn this to the side. Like that. So you want to undo this. This is all the electronics. You cannot do anything to ignore what I just said. Take it apart. Take it out of the bag. Fairly simple. This goes up. There's a little slot. Insert. You have the camera port right there. Insert there. Okay, green goes to green, and then the only thing you really have to undo is this part right here, and that's the Z motors. Kind of that connection. I usually like to keep this piece of tape, and you'll see why in a second. Lift up. Place that into this little tiny channel. Close that door. Snaps into place. Like so. And completed. Okay, I usually like to get this piece. There's another channel for the wires to go in. I like to place this piece of tape back over there. Alright, there you have it. Now we're ready to rock and roll. So if you're following along in the manual, pretty simple. Okay. Move to the other side of my camera, and I'm going to hook this into a power supply somewhere. Where did it go? Right there. So this will not be this printer's final spot or resting place. That will be, I'll get there shortly. Just gotta make sure I don't unplug something that I can. Or unplug.